Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our next bout of the evening, scheduled 10 3-minute rounds for the vacant English title and the Commonwealth silver bantamweight title. And now, please welcome to the ring, Ben Lilly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the champion to the ring, Luis El Gordito Roberts.
Luis Roberts is a little bit too young to know this, but the spirit of Michael Gomez lives on. He also wins longest ring walk of the night.
Yep, he certainly does. He certainly does. He's building it up. He's built a great fan base here.
But Spencer, to be honest with you, when you put as much work into your costumes as these guys have, you deserve a little moment.
Paul, this is big, mate. This is big. You know, you look at Luis Roberts' entrance like this with the Mexican hats on. You must be able to fight. You've got to be able to fight, because if you can't,
it's going to be embarrassing.
It's going to be embarrassing.
He can fight, but I tell you what, Michael Gomez could fight.
Yep, he certainly could. And he's really building this one up. Look around the arena in here. People with their Mexican hats on everywhere. And if the last fight between these two is anything to go for, Paul Dempsey, we are in for a real treat.
Yes, so when it eventually gets underway, it will be a rematch of the 10-rounder in September 2023 in Swindon. Roberts beat Lilly over 10. Mark Bates, the referee, scored it 2 points in Roberts' favour. Lilly's first defeat, only defeat, and he's been sore about it ever since. Very brief one. Did you ever fight in the USA against a Hispanic fighter? We had a bit of a pantomime and a show on the way to the ring.
No, unfortunately, I never. I trained over there, sparred over there with a few. Yeah, absolutely. There was a few showdowns in the gyms over there, Mr. Dempsey. That's
well, you would have stood for any nonsense. I know that.
So for the vacant Promotions and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Labrador.
10 rounds, the rematch between Luis Roberts and Ben Lilly, live on Fight Zone and TalkSport.
Ben Harmsworth and your Commonwealth supervisor, Debbie Down, and the inspectors ringside, Robert Myatt Terry Fleming, and Harry McCauley. And your 3 judges scoring ringside, Marcus McDonald, Chris Jones, and Reese Carter. Your timekeeper at the bell, Mark Shannon. And the 3rd man in charge of the action in the ring, referee Hugh Russell Jr. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the blue and white. His official weight of 117.3 pounds. He has a record of 6 fights, 1 loss, 1 draw, and 4 wins. Hailing from Cambridgeshire, England, United Kingdom, Ben Lilly! And now, introducing his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the gray and silver. His official weight of 116.8 pounds. He is currently undefeated with 10 wins. Hailing from Swindon, England, United Kingdom, the reigning, the defending Commonwealth Silver Bantamweight Champion, Luis El Gordito Roberts!
Okay, that's again his instructions in the changing. We're going to expect, protect yourselves at all times, play my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
So final instructions from Hugh Russell Jr., the referee tonight. It's a fight to be judged by 3 judges.
Seconds out, round 1.
A Commonwealth silver title and the English title also on the line as Lewis Roberts and Ben Lilly meet again. Long-awaited rematch, very close first time back in September of 2023 in Swindon. This one in neutral territory in London. Here we are at the Indigo in the O2 Arena complex. Fantastic night of boxing. The crowd has been amazing. Everybody's added to the atmosphere, including latterly for the ring walks for this one. But now it's down to business, Spencer. First up, give us an insight, please, Spencer.
Yep.
Hard 10-rounder last time. In the minds of these 2 guys, is this round 11 or is this a completely different job of work?
No, this is definitely round 11 in the mind of these 2 guys. Ben Lilly felt he was unlucky not to get anything out of that last contest. It was close, 96-94 in favour of Lewis Roberts. He won it by a couple of points. Ben Lilly wanted the opportunity and he's got it right here. Look at the crowd that he's brought here. He's got big support. Boxing out that southpaw style, stalking forward, and he wants to take off where he left off after that 10th and final round, and he's trying to force the pace here in this opening round. Roberts just doing the right thing of staying on the outside, looking to work the shots, pot the shots, and then move away again. But good cagey start here from Roberts, but Lilly wanting to get down to business.
Roberts in the silver trunks. Now, in terms of the promotional battle, the headline emblazoned across the big screen behind the ring here. Promoters colliding tonight. The promoters in question, Nielsen Boxing and TM14 Promotions. They've both done a brilliant job, incidentally. I say that again. But Lewis Roberts from the Nielsen camp and Ben Lilly, TM14. And TM14 with that very substantial lead in terms of the match element to this show. We've got to have more of this, incidentally, before we get into the real meat of this fight. This is the way forward, Spencer, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that, Paul. I think that, you know, competition is always very, very healthy. And like you say, with Nielsen Boxing, TM14, you know, putting on these shows and going team spirit between the 2 really brings out the best in the fighters. Every single one of them wants to win, but ultimately they want their team to win as well.
And even if they don't, nobody has let anybody down tonight.
No, absolutely not. Everyone's given it 110%. It's been very competitive. Every fight has been very competitive. You know, we've got a big fight coming up after this one with Joe Bartel and Jordan Reynolds, which is going to be a real barnstormer, but this has the potential to be a barnstormer as well. The first one they had was Roberts very pleased with himself as he walks back to the corner there, raises his hands to the fans. He feels that he'd done enough to win that round. Ben Lilly was the one stalking forward. Some of the action here in that first round, heads coming dangerously together there. So there you can see the aggressor, Lilly, coming forward, head down. And Roberts doing the better work, probably on the outside, Paul, but stylistically, this one's going to be good.
I think you taught me a long time ago, and some of your professionals from that era, the only problem with being that head down guy is that you are restricting your own ability to work.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I think that, you know, fighting like that, coming forward, head down, there's no thought process in what you're doing. You know, you need to, you need shot selection, you need to use your imagination, create the traps, especially against someone, you know, with a boxing IQ of someone like Lewis Roberts, who, you know, he boxes well out of the orthodox stance, he can switch southpaw, utilises the ring very well. It's going to be a tough night for Lilly, that's for sure.
From the outside, Lewis Roberts with the jab. The southpaw Ben Lilly trying perhaps to negate the little height advantage that Lewis Roberts possesses.
Yep, Lilly just needs to move his feet into range and then he needs to let those shots go. But Paul, the single shots are not good enough. Lovely left uppercut there.
Making yourself quite the target. He touched down there. He touched down Lewis Roberts.
Well,
and nowhere, Spencer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I think the foot just actually buckled, Paul. That wasn't actually a punch there. It was a weird that he actually got that count. I found that very, very strange. He was the one that actually landed the good uppercut.
And Lilly appeared under pressure, didn't he, in the 20 seconds beforehand? But that's a little question mark now formed in the mind of Lewis Roberts.
Well, it's certainly going to give Ben Lilly the lift that he needed, because I think he was stalking forward, and as I was saying, Paul, he needs to get his feet in range and then not throw the single shots, not look for the big punch, but put the combinations together, because Lewis is the one that's working on the outside, working off the jab, finding the range, and combination punching is winning him the rounds at the moment.
You never know what's coming next in this game, though, Spencer. And what a lift that must be for Ben Lilly. That in the corner, actually, they jumped off their stools.
Yeah, well, that was the boost that they needed. Like I say, Roberts maybe shaded the first round, and the second round was going his way as well. Lilly is the hunter, he is the aggressor coming forward, but tactically he has to get it right. There, he's closed the gap, throws the single shot. That's where he needs to put the shots together in threes and fours. When you close the space, put the punches together.
My goodness me, it's a fantastic atmosphere here inside the Indigo now. Both boys are really well supported.
Nice work again there from Roberts, nice short combination. Working well with a jab, right hands going through as well. Lilly just covering up. This is where Lilly now needs to take the play away from Roberts. He needs to close that gap, but he needs to let the shots go. Single punches are not going to work for him here, because you just feel that Roberts has that smooth boxing style.
Yes.
He's a nice flow and a nice rhythm about what he does.
He had a little look at going southpaw there for a moment as well, didn't he, Lewis Roberts?
Yep, shows that he's oozing confidence in there right now. That was better from Lilly. Nice left hand over the top, looped that over like he was bowling a cricket ball there, didn't he? Landed one on the bell, but I don't think that was enough to take the round for me. Roberts, the better boxing skills, moving on the outside.
What, even accounting for the count itself?
Yeah, because I'm not sure that the judges will score that a knockdown. Let's take a look at this.
Interesting point.
Because let's take a look. He's the one that lands the shots, and he goes back. There was a jab that landed. Look, he landed the uppercut, and we don't get a chance to see it. But I think the legs just buckled. I'm not sure that there was a punch landed. If that's the case, Paul, then I think he still wins the round, because I think he won the round, and where it would be a 10-8 round and maybe a 10-8, there you go. Let's take another look there.
Yes.
Let's see if we can see that from another angle.
Seconds.
Here we see it again, and there he dips.
Seconds
Nothing
out.
landed, nothing landed,
Round
and I'm
3.
sure the judges may have seen that. He threw a shot, but it didn't seem to land, so it's a very difficult round.
It's a really interesting question, and there's another element to it, and I'm going to pose a question. It's wrong of me because I don't know the answer. I should know the answer, and I apologise. But I thought that the referee had to go to the judges and say that wasn't a knockdown afterwards. I thought.
Yeah, the referee actually thinks it was a knockdown. So look,
Yes.
and let's say that it was a knockdown, but Lewis won the round. Let's score it. Let's go even just for the sake of it. Let's score it at 9-9 rounds. But it'd be interesting to see the way the judges do go with that, because it is a very, very valid point. It was clearly not a knockdown from what I saw. It was more a balance issue. The foot seemed to buckle underneath Roberts, who was having the better of the round. It seemed to give Lilly a little boost, but...
And here's another nuance, and again, I apologise, I can't answer this question, but sometimes it is the case that and we have Commonwealth supervisor here, that it would be a Commonwealth council rule rather than a British or English BBBFC rule. We can't answer that for you folks, I'm sorry, but these are the issues.
Yep, interesting to see how that would have been scored, and perhaps we can get that answer before this contest is through. We'll see if we can work on that. But Lilly again, the aggressor, looking for those big left hands over the top. There, single shot, head down, and better work there from Roberts, who counters nicely. Oh, that was a good shot there that landed again, a balance issue.
Here's the question, Spencer. By whatever means, is Lewis Roberts getting slightly disturbed out of his rhythm here?
Well, I think that Lilly is the guy that's the aggressor. He's come with a game plan, and I think that frustration's not setting in because he knows that he was maybe going to lose a few rounds, and he wants to grind it out, and sort of like that's the way that I think that he sees himself victorious in this one, maybe coming from behind but grinding it out. For Lewis Roberts, it's all about utilising the rings, using that space, but not getting frustrated, you know, just picking the shots and nicking the rounds. Is he doing that at the moment? I think he's doing a pretty good job, if I'm honest, Roberts. I think he's the one with more fluidity around his work. He's the one that may be landing the more shots, but the more effective shots when they do land like that in Lilly's, they're definitely the harder of the two.
There's a lot of switching going on at the moment for Lewis Roberts. I'm not sure if he's trying to work something out or whether he's boxing to a plan that they told him. You've got to fool this guy a little bit. The problem is, Lilly's right in his face while he's trying to do it.
Yeah, that was good stuff. And Roberts again, the hands go up in the air. He seems very happy with himself. Ben Lilly, persistent pressure there. He was having these successes, wasn't he? Yeah, he was getting the eye-catching shots that were actually landing. And you're right in what you say there, Paul. Like, Roberts is moving around, he's switching from orthodox to southpaw, looks a little bit unsettled in what he's doing. You know, I'm not sure that that's a game plan or whether he's trying to find some sort of rhythm.
Over in the other corner, Ben Lilly and his people look pretty pleased with themselves. They're making it quite ugly, quite honestly, but that's a compliment, Spencer, isn't it?
Yeah, but totally agree with that. It is a compliment. That's what they've planned to do. They've come here and they've not planned to make this look sexy at all. I think that, you know, I think that stylistically, Lewis Roberts is the guy that has the boxing IQ and likes to have the better flashy skills. But for me, Ben
look
Lilly,
at the way he started this round. I'm a southpaw, I'm an orthodox, I'm a southpaw again.
Yeah.
Now I'm an orthodox again.
very, very unpredictable. Let's hope that he's not trying to work it out himself, eh?
For me, the short's enough with that silver band are sexy enough, you know.
Yep, totally.
Snazzy enough. Let's get down to business.
Totally get to that, but when we get into the second half of this contest, he's going to have to get down to business. At some point, he will have to bite down on that gum shield because Lilly ain't going anywhere. Better work from Ben Lilly there, by the way, putting the shots together for the first time in 2s and 3s, and he got the results.
We're not getting as many frills from Ben Lilly. He's going about his business with a grim purpose. And he's in it, he's in the argument.
Yeah, he certainly is. I think he done well in that last round and maybe shaded the last round. He closed the gap, and when he did close the gap, he landed the shots like that one there.
Yes.
Good left hand over the top again there, Paul.
Lilly took it okay, backs off, regroups, gives himself just a little beat to put himself back together again. But when he's in close with his head down, I just don't know how he's going to get the points on the board, Spencer.
Yep, he gets in close, and that's where he needs to let him flow and relax and let them shots flow, drive them up. You know,
we're not seeing that, are we?
We're not seeing that at all. No, he's just winging over that left hand over the top, and that's not going to be enough here because Roberts is waiting for him to come in, and he's looking to counter punch with his own short clusters of punches, and it's quite effective. There we see Roberts covering up well, short left hook, little uppercut, and then away again. Foot movement is key here for Roberts.
You mentioned some of these big swinging overarm shots like a cricket bowler. That was a very slow left arm spinner there. It was sailing out into the River Thames, quite honestly. It was so slow I could have caught it.
Well, that really is saying something, Mr. Dempsey.
It really is.
Yeah, well, this fight has definitely taken off from where it left off, hasn't it, from the last contest. There we see again, Robert, some of this is going to be subjective scoring. What you like, do you like the flashy boxing skills, or do you like the brawling type like that where he's just looking to grind out victory really in Lilly?
Frenzied atmosphere here. I think the way this fight is developing, supporters of both guys are saying, yeah, our tactics are working.
Yeah, do you know what, Paul? It's one of these contests, this one. You go like that and it's what you like. Do you like, you know, the movement of and the lighter hitting but more consistency of Lewis Roberts, or do you like that spit and sawdust type sprawling style, head on the chest, winging the shots over, and when they do land, yes, it's more effective, but you know, it is subjective scoring.
Spencer, let's just remind everybody that we've got one more very, very big fight to come. Commonwealth middleweight title limiter, top of the bill. It'll be Jordan Reynolds against Joel Bartel. Here's Bartel.
Joel, not long left before you headline here at the O2 Indigo. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling great. I'm ready to get warming up and get going.
Obviously, you know, you're going in against Jordan Reynolds. It's a Commonwealth middleweight eliminator. It's a big fight on a big stage. Does that give you extra motivation?
Yeah, no, I'm always motivated, and just gives me something else to put a little bit extra in for.
So that's still to come. Bartel against Reynolds. We've got two very motivated fighters trying everything, a few tricks of the trade along the way. We've had some good boxing somewhere in the middle of it all.
Yeah, this is always going to be a difficult, tough contest. Stylistically, these two do go well together. You got the brawler versus the boxer. Lilly felt he was unlucky last time out, and again there, big left hand over the top. He's starting to close that gap now though, isn't he? He's starting to get closer. Roberts needs to keep that head moving. He needs to keep that distance, because that is key for him for victory here for Roberts.
Seeming to settle more into the southpaw style as we're going through these rounds, Lewis Roberts, and goodness me, we're actually nearly at halfway already.
Yep. Nice movement there from Roberts, just switching angles as well.
Now he goes back to the orthodox.
Yep.
And again, the switch.
Constant switching there. Lilly hasn't changed out of that southpaw style.
How would you respond to a man who was doing that?
So, good uppercut there from Roberts. So basically, what Lilly needs to do is, stylistically, he's got the style to break Roberts down, but what he needs to do is he needs to close the gap and throw volumes of punches. He's got to be more persistent in what he's doing. He's steadily pushing forward, but Roberts is in his comfort zone right now. He's got to take him out of his comfort zone. He has to break the rhythm of Roberts.
That's the view of our former...
Yep, get on his chest and work, work, work. You know, it's got to be educated pressure, of course it has. But when you get up close, you've got to let the combinations go. You can't afford to be just swinging like that because it's not going to be effective enough.
I hesitated there, so please correct me if I'm wrong. I was about to say our former bantam and super bantam champion. Now, don't sell yourself short. That's why you're in the hot seat tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Long, long time ago, by the way. There again, you saw Lilly. He got himself into the position, but one shot for me is not enough. I think that he has to look to systematically try and break Roberts' heart, and by throwing the single shots, he's not going to do that. For me, Roberts just doing the better of the work at the moment and maybe just nicking these rounds, Paul.
3 scoring judges, remember, and they'll be forming an overall opinion by this point in the fight as we hit the midpoint of it. And again, the celebration from Roberts. He's done that basically after every round, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. It's a little bit of kidology, that, just to try and maybe kid the judges. We've got 3 judges at ringside here for this contest because of the Commonwealth, obviously. The vacant English and the Commonwealth silver bantamweight title on the line. So, maybe a little bit of kidology. Some of the action here in the 5th round. And the better of the work for me was Lewis Roberts. He was the one that was just nicking the points on the outside. Ben Lilly stalking forward, the aggressor, coming in low, head low, too low sometimes.
Corners, 10
just
seconds.
winging those left hands over the top, and then want to see him shorten it up, put those shots together.
Seconds out. Round 6.
Into the second half. It's not the most free-flowing fight of the night. It's not the fight that's easiest on the eye, but it's fairly captivating. It's intensely competitive. Both guys left that first fight with a lot of baggage. That's basically what we're seeing played out.
Absolutely, and I think, you know what, Paul, we go into this second half of the contest, and for me, this is now a 5-round fight, not a 10-round fight. This fight is there to be won and lost in these last 5 rounds. Both boys landing good shots there simultaneously, actually.
Roberts shaded the first one, remember. It went 10 rounds. And the other thing about it, Spencer, it's not so long ago that there's other memories that have been stored up since. They've been thinking about the rematch ever since September the 30th, haven't they?
Yeah,
these two.
Absolutely, and it was always going to happen, wasn't it? And we're fortunate now that we have got it. Lovely little uppercut on the inside there from Roberts. Just forced Lilly back onto the back foot. Lilly coming in head low and just looking to grind it out. No thought process in what Lilly's doing right now, though.
They're imploring with him, Lilly's corner. You must throw the left, but it's all off that right hand, isn't it?
Yep, everything's off the right hand.
He heard the call there because he's thrown one, but one alone, and it was a tentative one, is not going to cut it. Literally cut it.
There you saw Roberts, the one just landing the, you know, the scoring punches. He's the one that's putting the shots together.
Surely in the main, that's happening in this fight. Lewis Roberts is doing more consistently convincing work.
Absolutely, he's the one that's sort of like, you know, in these rounds that are going close, he's the one that seems to be stealing them. He's just got his nose in front on my scorecard, winning this round as well. So after 6, I'll have him a couple up, Roberts, and that's just the constant movement and the fluidity of his punches have just been a little better than Lilly's.
The Roberts fans are getting on top, I think, in the crowd here. Perhaps in line with Spencer's assessment, and indeed my own for whatever that's worth, that Roberts is shading it.
Yeah, you just feel there's still a long way to go in this contest with these two, because Ben Lilly's never going to give up. You know, he wants that victory badly, and he'll keep pushing till that final belt. He won't lose heart. Good body shot there from Lilly.
That's what they've been craving, for him to throw the left underneath on the way in.
Yeah, and a good...
Oh, he finds him with the left.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's beginning to fall into place.
Yeah, better work there in the last 15, 20 seconds from Lilly. Not sure it was enough to win the round, but they'll give him a lot of confidence going back to that corner, Paul. As always, Lewis Roberts raising his hands and maybe just doing the better work of the two. Some of the action here in that round 6, we saw there, look, head down, winging away, and there was the lovely short uppercut from Roberts' counter punch. And that's been the story of this contest, really. The better work really coming on the counter punch from Lewis Roberts. He's been waiting for Lilly to come in, who sometimes has been doing it and been very reckless in his approach, and that may have let him down, but he did get success there when switching to the body. Is that now something that he's going to work on? Have the corner spotted that in the Lilly corner? Because
Corners,
that
10
may slow
seconds.
Roberts up somewhat if he starts focusing on that body.
Seconds out. Round 7.
Roberts jumps out. Lilly grabs the centre of the ring. Roberts, of course, can box from the outside a bit more capably. And it's all, surely, on Lilly. How much can you improve your output now?
Yep, that's exactly what it is, Paul. I think that, you know, he knows how to close the space. That's for sure. He's moving his feet before punching, which is always a good sign. He's not trying to close that gap with his hands. There's a little shuffle of the feet. He gets himself into the range, but it's then how the execution of the punches are delivered. He needs to get off with the shots. He needs to put them together. There again, Roberts just with a cleaner work. Good counter punch there from Lilly, though. Short right jab.
But Spencer, you know, this round for me is summing up the entire fight. The output is greater from Roberts, and the accuracy, generally speaking, the same.
That's exactly it, Paul, in a nutshell. The output is just higher from Roberts. Accuracy better.
Where Lilly is not losing is on willpower, and he's just refusing to allow himself to yield here. Refusing to be second. He's always trying to send out a message to Lewis Roberts. I'm still here. I'm going to catch up with you, you know. That's what's going on here, isn't
absolutely. Relentless pressure from Lilly. Will to win is incredible. 10 out of 10 for all of that.
1, 2,
No knockdown
3,
there.
4,
No,
5,
that's crazy.
6,
That was
7,
absolutely
8.
crazy. I mean, how have they scored that a knockdown? Well, let's give Roberts a complete boost, and that'll go down a 10-8 round, but that is absolutely insane. How can you score that a knockdown?
There's two tonight with a question mark against them. I must say there's people all around us just questioning what we've just witnessed.
Well, yeah, it's all a little bit strange, that is for sure. But let's give Roberts a boost because he's landed a few good shots there. And as expected, walking back to the corner, hands go up in the air, but that has deflated Ben Lilly somewhat. He's slumped down on the chair. He's not happy with that. He's got to forget about that now. Let's take a look at the action. You see it here. Let's see if we can see it as he comes in. No shots landed there, that's for sure. There you see the shot went in and it sort of landed, but he was off balance, wasn't he? It was no, you know, it was no shot output that put him over there. He's going to be bitterly disappointed with that. That is for sure. And now it's all about how he dusts himself off now in these last 3 rounds.
Corners,
Ben Lilly,
10
because
seconds.
he's got to roll the dice here, Paul. He's got to throw everything and the kitchen sink at this.
Seconds out. Round
Can't relax
8.
and admire his own work just yet, Lewis Roberts. Let's be clear about that also. And in strict fairness, we would never question Spencer Oliver's expert opinion after a lifetime in boxing, amateur and pro, but sometimes from the referee's angle, it looks like a slightly different proposition, the actual shot concerned. So we have to say that.
Yep, absolutely. As I say, round 8 of 10 here. He's got 3 rounds now to do it. Ben Lilly, he's just falling behind on my scorecards. He's going to start getting himself into a position that he's going to need a knockout to win. And if I was Lilly or I was in his corner, I'd say, right, son, now's the time. Make or break. We've got to go for it here. Roll the dice and let the shots go. Take the gamble. Get yourself in a position and throw the shots.
All night long he's been looking for one really big shot, and the mystery of it, maybe we'll get the chance to explore it later with Stacey Copeland. The mystery of it is Lilly is looking to fight like this, but he's never stopped anybody.
Yeah, he's got one of those styles where he looks to like grind people down, grind people out. He looks to grind out the victory, but without that punch power, Paul. So he's adopted that style of coming forward like the aggressor, but for me, he should be putting the shots together when he does that. Yes, it's fan friendly, but I want to see the shots being put together.
Great point there. Fan friendly he most certainly is. All his fans are urging him to keep on driving forward. He's giving it everything, we know that.
Yep, you just feel that he's trying to turn the screw here. He's trying to take the play away from Roberts. He's trying to push it, but Roberts has responded well, hasn't he?
Give him space and he's going to look like a good operator.
Yeah,
Roberts.
absolutely. That's exactly what it is. I said you've got to take him out his comfort zone. You've got to take that play away from him. You know, stylistically, you've got that style to do that, but you're not using your main assets to your full advantage. That's the truth of it. Roberts is boxing really well here. You know, he's keeping that space. He knows where his best assets are, and that's it, at distance, and he's doing that to his advantage.
Lilly trying for all he's worth.
Lovely shot there from Lilly. Landed that one flush. Roberts took that well, to be fair. Still moving around, keeping his shape well, Roberts, working off that jab, the little shots on the inside, and another round in the bank for me. But Lewis Roberts raises his hands as he walks back to the corner, and a slight swelling under that right eye now as well. But he should be pleased with himself. It's been a tough fought contest, pretty much like the first one. The pattern's gone pretty much the same as well, but for me, I don't know about you, Paul, Roberts for me at the moment doing enough to win this one.
Don't know if I'm really qualified to throw my threepence halfpenny on the table, but since you press me, I have absolutely got Lewis Roberts fairly well clear.
Corners,
For all the
10
nuances
seconds.
style-wise tonight.
Well, I tell you what, you've got to give these two
Round 9.
10 out of 10 for effort, because they've both given it everything here, haven't they? Lilly never lost that will to win, pushing forward, even though you feel that sometimes it's not going his way. He's made a great contest of this one, and Roberts has kept his shape really well with a consistent pressure from Ben Lilly. Great little contest this.
But 10 rounds last time, 10 rounds this time. Lewis Roberts, with the confidence that comes from winning, from getting the decision first time round, has fought this fight like he is the boss. And Lilly has adopted that underdog mentality from the very get-go.
Yeah, I would have just liked to see Lilly maybe stand up a little bit taller at times. He's leaning over that front foot, coming in low and smothering his own work. He's getting off of that single shot, and I don't think he's in a position to see where he goes from there. He saw it, the 1-2, and he finishes on that left hand, the backhand, but that's where he needs to go again. Phase 1, phase 2, come again. And he's not doing that. See again, head down low, and he's not in the position to be able to let those combinations go.
Most of the left hands that do arrive have got very little power in them, Spencer, because he's off balance throwing it.
Paul, that's exactly what it is. By the time it reaches its destination, it's lost its power because of the position of his body. He's leaning over there, he's bowling it, like I say, like he's bowling a cricket ball, and by the time he gets connection, all the power's gone out of the shot.
The more correct boxer, Lewis Roberts.
Good uppercuts on the inside there from Roberts, double uppercut actually, then switches to the southpaw style.
Maybe he's just trying to prove a little bit more of a point by saying, look how correct I actually am. I'm so correct, I can box both styles equally.
Yep.
You're going to get away with that tonight. Memo for the future, you won't be getting away with it every night.
Absolutely, you know, and I think that if you've got that adaptability, then that is definitely an advantage for you moving forward. But like you say, Paul, some things you'll get away with and some things you won't. With Lily, he's definitely getting away with it because of the style that Lily's coming in, bent over, leaning over that front foot, is maybe not as effective as he was hoping for.
Lewis Roberts appears set to coast over the line here. There's been no real change in the pattern, I'm afraid. Ben Lilly trying to the very end for all he's worth. These big swinging shots. The jab has never really been effective enough. It's all been, I'm afraid, a little bit too one-dimensional, and please do not think I disrespect Ben Lilly in any way. That is not the case.
Yeah.
But for him to be a bigger proposition in this bantamweight division, I put it to the former champion, Spencer Oliver, you're going to need more than this.
Absolutely. Listen, Paul, this is all about, you know, this could be the moulding of some fighters. When they go away, they come back, they watch the fight back and go, right, this is what I done wrong. You know, this is what the guys are saying I done wrong. Yeah, actually, I'll take a little bit of that. Yeah, I was bending over my front foot a little bit too much, putting myself off balance, and when I let the left hand go, I weren't in a position to come back with anything else. If he can change that, stand up a little bit taller, come in still, you can still be aggressive, move your feet first, get into range, don't throw the single shots, put the combinations together. Those slight little tweaks will develop him into a better fighter. Sometimes you go through these early stages of your career, your loss can be more of a benefit than a victory.
Quickly to Jordan Reynolds ahead of his big showdown to top the bill
Jordan,
tonight.
the Wanderer Reynolds, fight night here at the O2 Indigo, where you'll be boxing as the main event. Nielsen team captain, how are you feeling?
Feel great. No excuses my side. Best condition I've ever been in my life, and mentally and physically ready to go. Ready to go.
There backstage, Jordan Reynolds and Joel Bartel ahead of their 10-rounder at middleweight. So this is not round 10, this is round 20, Spencer, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the two-fight affair between Lewis Roberts and Ben Lilly.
And it's the 20th competitive, it's another competitive round in those 20 rounds between these two. Good little uppercut there, counter from Roberts. And again, just starting to put the shots together here, Roberts. And for the first time in this contest, we see Ben Lilly on the back foot. But yeah, every single round between these two has been very, very competitive. Crowd-pleasing stuff from both guys. And again there, Roberts, Roberts just starting to make some ground here or get some distance between these two.
Total commitment from both all the way, but the longer this second fight has played out, Spencer, it begins to seem to me a little bit like the plan tonight Lewis Roberts has had is to break Ben Lilly's heart.
Yeah, totally agree with that. And you know, Ben Lilly, that will to win has never left him, pushing forward, but now becoming a little bit one-dimensional and a little bit predictable. And Lewis Roberts seems to have worked that out here.
He's just taken a strange route to do it.
Well, he's taken 19 rounds to do it. This is quite a long time in any fighter's career.
Indeed. it can make it harder, of course, as well. And there's still that outside chance that Lilly could throw the shot of his life.
Yeah, love that commitment from Lilly, who's been really entertaining tonight. He really has. He's give the crowds, you know, with the fans, the paying public, you know, a good fight here. But look at this good work here from Roberts now, starting to get through, and you just feel, is Ben Lilly starting to come undone a little bit here because he's getting a little reckless, or is it desperation?
It's desperation, I'd say. A very tough man he is indeed. But it's becoming pretty clear that the plan tonight from Lewis Roberts is to school Ben Lilly.
Whoa,
now
that was the shot
that might change everything. Lilly just refuses to be schooled right to the finish.
Yeah, that rocks Roberts down to the sole of his boots. You saw him momentarily get stunned there.
He was stung by it, all right, Spencer. One more and who knows? 15 seconds, maybe. Time is too short, but he is finding him right to the finish. Ben Lilly might even win this last round with those late shots. Terrific commitment from both. Great respect, of course, between the two of them as they embrace. Lewis Roberts went through the repertoire tonight and then some. From start to finish, Ben Lilly as game as a pebble, fit as a flea, and as determined as anybody I've ever seen, even if he didn't really quite have the tools to get the job done.
Yep, never give up hope, did he? And there it was, that left hand, and you just saw it buzz Lewis Roberts down to the sole of his boots. The corner were urging him on. Desperate measures from the corners, the Ben Lilly corner, saying, come on son, this is your last chance, go for it, throw it. And to his credit, he'd done it. Lewis Roberts weathered the storm, saw the final bell. What a great contest that was.
It was terrific, and Lewis Roberts in particular has fought very well tonight. But even in that last 30 seconds, there are lessons going forward that perhaps they would do well to heed. Don't take liberties, and I think you need to think about this whole southpaw 1 minute, orthodox the next minute approach, because you're inviting trouble.
Absolutely. Listen, I think it's a learning curve for both of them fighters there. They're going to take a lot away from that. Very competitive rounds, both making fundamental mistakes, and if they want to move forward and progress onto bigger and better things, they'll have to, you know, they'll have to work on that. But I'm sure they have that adaptability. You know, this is all the apprenticeship really, before you move on to bigger and better things. This is the development stage. They're putting those, you know, they're putting those rounds in now. This is where they're learning. We've got a guy who's 10-0, who we think's going to go 11-0, against a guy, Ben Lilly, who's only had 6 contests, 4 1-1. You know, you think about it and you go, wow, they're at their baby stages of their careers, the pair of these two. They both potentially have the potential to go on and win bigger and better things.
You know what, I've loved this business. What a privilege in my life to be a tiny minuscule part of it, but one of the reasons why is what we're seeing right there. Two mates having a little natter outside the pub. Yes. Amazing, isn't it?
It's lovely.
It's amazing business.
It's absolutely bizarre when you think about it. You break it down, you get in there, they've been knocking the life out of each other for 10 rounds, then they're the best of mates. Only in boxing.
Go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Marcus McDonald scores the bout 96-93. Judge Chris Jones scores the bout 95-93. Judge Reese Carter scores the bout 95-93. And your winner by unanimous decision, and still the Commonwealth Silver Bantamweight and English Bantamweight Champion, Lewis El Gordito Roberts.
So Roberts celebrates victory. Ben Lilly takes a great deal from defeat tonight, and one of the reasons is that, much like the first fight, this time with 3 judges again, remember, the cards were close, and somewhere in the middle of it, even in this moment of triumph for Robert Spencer, is there a little lesson you are leaving it to doubt if you start to, I won't say showboat, but make it a bit more complicated.
Well, do you know what, Paul? Like I said at the beginning of this contest, it's subjective scoring. What are you going for? Is it that rough, tough, grinding it out type style of Ben Lilly, or are you looking for the more fluidity and, you know, the punch selection, shot selection, but maybe not the power of Roberts? But yeah, listen, there's a lot to take from both of these guys. You know, a loss there. Coming out of that one, Ben Lilly now for the second defeat on his career against Roberts, but no disgrace in that. He's put up a brilliant effort in both of those. Like I say, subjective scoring. He'll feel hard done by. The right man won for me, but no disgrace there. Ben Lilly, great little fighter.
So just to explain this, so the first fight, 96-94, 2 in it with one scoring judge who was the referee, Mark Bates. Now, because we've got the Commonwealth silver bantamweight belt involved in this fight tonight, we have 3 scoring judges, but here's the lesson for Roberts and his camp. 2 of those 3 judges again gave it by only 2. So you take one round different, could have been a different outcome.
Absolutely, you know, and there was them weird knockdowns in the fight as well. You know, in for both of their corners, you don't know the way they're scored. So look, that was a very, very close fight. Very close fight. For me, the right man won, but there's things to be worked on for sure.
Anyway, what he doesn't need to work on is his ring entrance or the fan club, because the people love him, and Stacey's going to speak to him now, and you'll see why. He knows how to dress the part.
Lewis, done the double over Ben. What a fight that was. And you must feel amazing to be stood here now, retaining the belt. But I mean, talk us through that fight. It was unbelievably entertaining, gripping, intriguing. What was it like to be in there?
Yeah, it was one hell of a fight, and it was definitely my toughest fight to date. And Ben really pushed me at points there, and I learned a lot from that.
Well, he came out really fast and explosive. What do you think he brought that was different to your last encounter?
I just think he brought a new mentality, you know. He knew the opportunity he had, and he really put us all into it, and he tested me in a few rounds there. But I overcome a lot of tough battles in there, and I got through it all.
And it swayed, it ebbed and flowed, but you were slicker, cleaner with your work. What have you been working on to face Ben this time, to be a little bit better this time out?
Definitely the exact same as I'm sure Ben has, a complete new mentality, and being able to do the consistency. You know, I probably had that in my favour. I was more consistent throughout every single round. When Ben was fading, I was put my foot on the gas a little bit more.
What's next then? Of course, going to bring your manager, Mark Nielsen, now. I mean, that was a great performance. What a fight the two of them put on. He's now obviously got the leverage of this title. What are your plans for him?
Yeah, well, he's retained the Commonwealth, and he's now the new English champion. So I'm proud of this kid. You know, he's been with Paddy since 6 years old. We've had him since his debut. I've seen him grow as a boxer. I've seen him grow as a man. And what I saw tonight is a more mature Lewis Roberts as well. They've obviously fought before, and it was close, but I could see after a couple of rounds there was more menace in his punches. He was hurting him with them body shots. It was touch and go in the first couple of rounds, but I think he then started to take over and start to dominate. But you know, with the bantamweight division at the moment, there's some really big fights ahead. Ashley Lane now, British Commonwealth, is one of his sparring partners. You know, and there's some really, really big, interesting fights out there. So he's the English. He's well ranked up in the top 10 now. The next fights are going to be big fights this year.
Last couple of questions, and I'll let you go and celebrate. That ring walk was epic. Wearing a Mexican hat, they've got hundreds and hundreds of them behind us here, everybody wearing Mexican hats. It was a pretty incredible ring walk. I mean, talk us through where that theme comes from.
It will come from way back in the gym one day when I was probably no older than 10. I threw on this sombrero because it was just hanging up on one of the ropes, and it just stuck ever since. The name Gordito, the fat mouse. I'm only a little man. I'm not fat, but yeah, it's fun. It's all a bit of fun for the crowd, and they all enjoy it, as you can see.
Well, the Fat Mouse has certainly done well. El Gordito has more than delivered. How are you going to be celebrating this win?
I'm going to celebrate on the coach home back to Sonny Swindon with all my fans.
Well, listen, it was a great performance, a fantastic fight. Big, exciting nights ahead. Can't wait to see you out again, and well done. And enjoy your trip home and your celebrations. Well done. We've got one more to go, another title on the line, so let's go ringside with Paul Dempsey.